aesthetically, I thought it was really interesting. I feel like a lot of the special effects and a lot of the props were really impressive. There was one scene where I think it's all the sort of mogwai eggs are in the young boy's bedroom and they're like getting ready to hatch and stuff, and they're all covered in slime, and there's this wonderful fog, just coming off of the floor and stuff. So there was lots of things like that I really enjoyed. I mean, obviously Gizmo is the cutest thing ever, and oh my god, I want a Gizmo. And it's like that's exactly how I felt about like Pikachu and stuff. So you can see like that's the real draw for the kids, isn't it? And you want them to come away from that film going, I need to buy that toy. And it's like, oh, thanks guys.
Proper Baby Yoda, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I know, but yeah. We'll talk about Baby Yoda another time. But yeah, like the big ears, the big eyes, so cute. He just does like a little thing when they've got like a little voice, and you just go, oh, and it's like, oh, your heart can't help but break. Did you feel what they wanted you to feel about Gizmo?
So I mean, like you said, he's incredibly cute, but I think the Gremlins in general, so all of them as well. I mean, Gizmo, like you say, is the standout sort of cute one, but all of them, they look brilliant. And for me, that as much as you can tell that they are puppets, that really adds to the film's charm for me. I thought the film was absolutely chock full of charm, and I think that a lot of that is down to the puppetry of the Gremlins and the way they look. So not only is sort of Gizmo very, very cute, but the way each other one looks different, like Stripe, they give him his own personality, and they give them all their own personality, and the way that they show them sort of going about the mischief around the town, like it's funny, and it adds like a dark humor to it as well, because some of the stuff they do is quite dark. And I think what they do a really good job of is setting it up as this wholesome American town like you've seen before. Everyone knows everyone, and there's like one bank and one shop, and all the shops are built around the square. It's actually, because it's funny, I was watching it thinking, God, that looks a lot like Back to the Future. Like it looks a lot like the same town. It's the same set. So but like that kind of idea of everyone knows everyone, and like I love these like wholesome American comedies where there's like everyone's got like really like American names that are always called like Mr. Futterman or like Mr. Hickey, and there's a character in this called Mrs. Deagle. There might even be one called Mrs. Blumsky, and then you got a lead called like Billy, and it's like so American. It's like apple pie to its core. And then when you bring the Gremlins in and they're doing this sort of dark like mischievous things, like that's where it is dark, but that's also where the comedy comes from. But like the puppetry for the Gremlins, I mean, I'm always in awe of it. I've got a friend who's a puppeteer, and I'm always in awe of like what they can do, because it's so intricate and so fiddly. I just don't have the sort of the dexterity and the concentration for it myself, but I'm always in awe of how someone can make a puppet look good. Like CGI is great, but like a puppet, there's a real practical skill in that.
Oh, certainly. I'm a big fan of the puppet use as well, and it just ages better, I think, as well. Like if you were looking back at a film of that time, or if they had used CGI or tried to, generate it with a computer in the 80s, it just loses a bit. Like it dates so quickly, doesn't it? Like we're making such leaps and bounds, like even year on year. But with a puppet, and if you get it right, like you say, like if the design is there and it's all about the intricate little details and making each one unique, so it doesn't just feel like a blur of the same thing coming at you, especially because there's so many of them by the end as well. But no, yeah, really enjoyed the puppets.